hottest day in the United Kingdom ever. We gotta go. BBC Radio 2. Sarah's on the air after the news at 5. We are back tomorrow with Bananarama and Pesto, Robert Peston. See you tomorrow. Stay cool.
BBC News at 5 o'clock. This is Catherine Cracknell. The UK's hit its hottest temperature on record. Kemi Badenoch has been knocked out of the Conservative leadership race, and more than 1 million NHS staff will get a pay rise of at least £1,400. There's been widespread disruption after the UK recorded its hottest day ever. In the past few minutes, a temperature of 40.3 Celsius has been reached at Coningsby in Lincolnshire, beating the previous record of 38.7 degrees in Cambridge 3 years ago. The London Fire Brigade has declared a major incident after a number of blazes broke out. All trains between London Euston and Milton Keynes have been suspended as emergency services deal with a fire beside the line. Services at Birmingham New Street Station have also been stopped because of a power line fault. These people in Salford and Greater Manchester said they were struggling to deal with the heat.
When you come out and you feel this heat, it's like being abroad.
There's no way I could work in it properly, and you'd have to do things differently, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's hot.
We survive. The World Meteorological Organization has warned countries to expect more deaths among the elderly and those with pre-existing health conditions because of rising temperatures. Its Secretary-General, Petteri Talas, told a news conference in Geneva that recent heat waves were a health hazard, particularly for those who were already vulnerable.
These heat waves are having impacts on human health. Now we have better means to adapt to those changes, but especially those same people who have been vulnerable to COVID pandemic, they are also vulnerable to heat waves.
The former Equalities Minister, Kemi Badenoch, has been knocked out of the Conservative leadership race. In the latest round of voting among Conservative MPs, the Foreign Secretary, Liz Truss, gained the most new supporters, while Rishi Sunak remains the front-runner. Our political correspondent Jonathan Blake reports.
Liz Truss gained 15 votes compared with the last round of voting, around half the number who'd supported the backbencher Tom Tugendhat before he was eliminated last night. A spokesperson for the Foreign Secretary's campaign urged supporters of Kemi Badenoch, now also out of the race, to unite behind her as the candidate who'll govern in a Conservative way and who's shown she can deliver. Penny Mordaunt picked up fewer votes but remains in second place behind Rishi Sunak. The former Chancellor won 118 votes, just short of the number needed to guarantee a place in the final contest. Tomorrow, Tory MPs will vote to determine which two candidates will go forward to a vote among Conservative Party members.
More than 1 million NHS staff will be given a pay rise of at least £1,400 after the government accepted the recommendations of an independent review. The lowest paid of those will see their salaries rise by up to 9.3%. Eligible dentists and doctors will receive 4.5%, and police officers and teachers 5%. Our business correspondent Caroline Davis says unions will be going through the figures in detail.
We were expecting that would be the response. Many of the unions were expecting a 4 to 5% pay rise for these public sector workers. And of course, by comparison to inflation, which is over